What's up, guys? I'm back, and today I have my Traxxas Maxx back on the table. Oh yeah, this thing is an awesome truck. I love this thing, but when I took it to the skate park, I had a couple breakages. I just wanted to show you what broke, and we're gonna fix it today. Well, guys, stick around. First, we got the body. You know, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's not broke. I mean, there's some road rash on here from the concrete. Same up there, same here, but there's no holes. If you look under here, you can see I put some shoe glue and drywall tape down here. This keeps the shock towers from pounding through here, because they will. You can see the spot right there where they hit, but 2 layers really keeps this thing solid. And you know, I like to put it here because that's where it would rub on the side of the truck here. And also this back piece here will break, and usually these right here will just break into pieces, but so far it's just bent, so that's not bad. What you could do is just go in here and trim that out, you know, to keep it from cracking more. But the shoe glue back here and right here is like where the rear shock tower bounces, and it'll poke holes right through here, and you'll see it on the other side. It'll just have little bumps, but that's 2 layers there. The only thing I really see is new is right here. I mean, I could probably put some shoe glue in here just to stiffen it up and keep it more flexible, I guess. All right, not bad. All right, I'm gonna pull these tires off and get this thing on a block, and I'll be right back. While I'm right here, I want to show you some upgrades that I've done. The most important upgrade that you can get for this truck is this C-hub right here. If you don't have that C-hub in there, you know, you have to have aluminum, because if not, the plastic one will flex and your knuckle will come right out of there. It's a pain. It's not a break, it's an easy fix, but if you put these in there, you'll never have a problem again. I went and I had the Traxxas ones, and I used those for like a year, and I wadded them. These ones here, these hot racing ones, these things have held up for the longest yet. No flex, no anything. They're awesome. All right. So in the back here, we got the hot racing axle carrier, of course. And I like to have these on there. That's the Traxxas steel axles, and they're all the way around, of course. The first thing I noticed was a fan in here was making some noise. I'm gonna see which one is broken, but after my bash I started looking, and I don't know what happened here, guys. Look at this. I don't know if you could see that, but this one piece of this servo is snapped right off. So that is going to need replaced. You can pretty much pull it right out of there, guys. Oh man, I've never had to change a steering servo out of a Maxx. I have no idea how much of a pain this is going to be, guys. I don't know. We're going to find out. Can't be that tough, can it? I mean, I looked this truck over. I really haven't seen any damage besides what you see here. All right. There, that's not bad. So what's next? That's a long screw. Huh. I think it's a little longer than it needs to be, but hey, who am I? All right, so that's basically it, huh? That's pretty easy. So now all I gotta do is get to that. I don't know, which one should I do first, guys? Should I start here? Pull it out there, maybe? It just might be easier. Yeah. All right, that's out. I think the most difficult part of this job is getting this receiver box open. All right. Seems like every one of their boxes always has two different sizes. All right. All right, so which one do we got here? Is it this one right here? Look at that, guys. Easy peasy. Look at this. That doesn't look like it's snapped, but that side is broke. Well, let's get this horn off of here. So, if I could buy another case, I just may rebuild that. I'm not sure yet. All right. Yeah, I can see that the other one is broken in multiple spots. You can see this little piece is busted off and that whole big chunk is broke. Because you see how these come out? Yeah. Oh well. I had another one laying around. Let's get it back in there. All right, so I'm guessing that it goes like so. I don't know. But we're gonna get it back in here. Get it plugged in. I have a battery. Haha! There it is, guys. That one right there is broken. That one doesn't sound very good either. Alright. Let's see if we can get this thing to connect. Alright, what's going on here? Do I have that in the wrong spot? Must be. Alright, where are we at? Does it go down here? Channel 1. That's the one. Alright. Wait a minute. Let's see. So we want to make sure your steering trim is centered. It looks pretty good here, guys. All right. So we can get this back together. Come on, baby. All right. Got the screw. Finally. All right. Let's get everything tied back together here. Yes. All right. Oops. Alright guys, that seemed to be the hardest part of that whole job. So now let's just make sure that the steering is still good. Alright, so yeah, I see that servo is not centered. Alright. Alright, we're good there. Alright, we're going to save that horn because there's nothing wrong with the other one. Let's get this guy back on here. Straight up and down, right? Am I right, guys? I don't know. We're going to try it. I think that's it, guys. I think we're in. All right. Put it in there. These balls can be a pain to get in there. Yeah, there it is. All right. I think that's all she wrote. All right, so we're back in. Make sure everything's back in place. One thing you want to make sure is if you get this little notch underneath the bulkhead there, that'll make it a little easier. All right. I think we're getting somewhere. All right. Just tightened up. And I think you're ready to mount the servo back down. And they're long screws. That's why power tools are nice. Ooh, look at that, guys. It's catching on that steering. Alright, now we're clear. Alright, look at that. Look at that, guys. Good as new. Yep. Yes. Alright, that is how you install a new servo. The next problem that I had was a gearing issue. So the first place you want to start is right back here. Alright. So if you look in here, that's where all your gears get stripped. I'm pretty sure it's that plastic spur gear, because I never upgraded it. I just keep it in there as the plastic one because, hey, you know, I mean, it's a cheap $4 or $5 part. You strip it, you know, you're good to go. And with it in there, you really don't need to upgrade the crappy pinion gear, because that plastic is not going to strip out. You know, even your monkey metal is not going to strip out with this plastic. So all you got to do is take these covers off. And then pull this motor mount screw. Alright. And then just should come right up. Alright. Oh man, that's dirty. So what do we got here? Now we have access to our push drive. And if you can look here, those, oh man, look at it. There's like the whole point is shaved off. This is junk. We're gonna have to replace that. So here we go. 6448. This is your push drive, the plastic spur gear. You know, as you can see here, there's a difference. You know, these things, this is the first thing that strips. You know, this one I actually never had stripped spur gear before, but you know, the Skatepark does these kind of things. So let's get this installed. I guess the first thing you really want to do is get this junk out of here. I really don't think there's no metal in there. It's all plastic. But it doesn't even look like it chunked it up. Oh man, maybe it did. But you just get a, you know, I guess it really doesn't matter if you have a little bit of plastic left in there. But it's really a pain to get in here and clean this out. I mean, I think the good way to do it is just use a Q-tip. Oh man, look at all that junk. Alright. Had to get some more Q-tips, guys. Man, it's nasty looking down in there. Jeez. I think there's a little bit too much grease. I try not to use too much. So if you break your bulkhead, this is a good time to get in here and clean this mess out, because you got to replace all this anyway. But I'm really not going to do the greatest job. I'm just going to get what I can from the top here. Because like I said, there's just plastic in there. And if I have any issues, I will rip the whole thing apart. But if I can avoid it, I'll save myself an hour. Alright. Alright. That looks pretty good, guys. Let's get this spur gear off of here. Alright, so we got Alright, so what we do is pull these 3 screws. Alright. Oh, it goes that way. My bad. Alright, so how does it go back on? Like this? Aha! It's been a while since I've done one of these, guys. It's been a minute. The Maxx is just not a normal truck to work on. Everything about it is just backwards, I think. Alright. Just seems like there's more screws and more plastic bits. It's just a mess. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. It's just time consuming. Alright. And this one here. Alright. And of course, hand tighten. Alright, we're ready to go and put that back in. So all you gotta do is get your gear back on there, push that pin, center it, get your bearings on. And just drop it back in here. And you're ready to go. Alright, so now all you gotta do, put your cover back on. Oh crap, not like that. Oh man. Alright. Like that. That's how you do it. Alright, we got 2 more. They look like they're the same. Alright. Then just go back in, snug them up, and you're good to go. And don't forget this motor mount. It's easier just to get it started by hand. Alright. All right, nice and snug. There you go, guys. How easy is that? New spur gear, trash. Well, guys, it's all back together. I ended up finding a fan and I replaced it because look at this. I mean, it's done. I mean, it's gone, guys. The other one on my ESC was fine. This was the motor fan, and this is no good. So basically, after the skate park, you know, you saw the brakes. I mean, that's not bad. There was some flex here in this chassis, and there was parts that were like just bent out of shape. But I popped everything back into place, and there's no cracks. There's no nothing. This thing took it like a champ. I mean, your steering servo, you know, those little mounts, they busted off. You know, I mean, that's the first time that's ever happened to me before. But that spur gear, you know, that's typical for those plastic ones. If you want to just upgrade it out of the box, and when you strip it out later on, it'll just cost you more. No big deal. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you next time.